All right, welcome back everybody to part 11 of the Dark Souls Remastered All Bosses Walkthrough. We've just finished clearing out all of Anor Londo and the Painted World of Ariamis. We're back here in Firelink Shrine because there's a couple things we can do here. First off, we can talk to our old pal Sigmire. So he's gonna, hello, talk, there we go. He's gonna tell us that he is grateful for us for clearing out those Silver Knights back in Anor Londo. Oh shoot, I forgot. Well, he actually asks you. I should pay attention to the dialogue here. So the gates of the old fortress, that was our doing, so we're going to be saying yes. And he gives us a miracle as a reward for opening those gates. Now, he says he'll be heading down below shortly. What that means to us right now, who even knows? But we'll gladly take that reward from him, and we'll be able to interact with him later on. Okay, now we can come up here, and now that we have the Lord Vessel, we can talk to Frampt. That's what he charged you with, so he's like, oh, hallelujah, you've got it, and this cutscene's going to play, which is somewhat terrifying. And, yep, we just died. We just got eaten by a snake. Just kidding. He actually transports us down to this lower area, which is the entrance to the Kiln of the First Flame, which is the very last area of the game.
This is the Firelink Chamber for the successor of Lord Gwyn. Now, place the Lord Vessel on the altar.
Whatever you say, giant magical serpent. Alright, so we're going to place the Lord Vessel on this little shrine here. And the reason it is called the Lord Vessel is because it is literally the vessel for collecting Lord's souls for us to deposit into. We need all of the Lord's souls in the game. If you watch that intro cutscene, all of the people that held the first Dark Souls, those Lord Souls, those are the ones that we need to go get them from. However, Gwyn was one of those people, but Gwyn is the final boss of the game. We can't get to him, so instead we're going to find another boss that does contain his soul. In this cutscene, we are seeing a bunch of gold fog gates dissipating. In my Anor Londo episode, I showed you that one at the entrance of the Duke's Archives, so the requirement for accessing those areas is placing the Lord Vessel here. And now you can also treat the Lord Vessel as a bonfire. So you'll see this prompt here, offer souls to Lord Vessel. We don't have any Lord Souls to offer. So yeah, so that is how you get to the end of the game. You have to get all the Lord Souls, put them all in here, and then this door will open. So we can talk to Frampt again. And he'll take us back up to Firelink. And there we are. We now know what our next task is. Alrighty. Now that we have the Lord Vessel, we are very happy in being able to teleport around the world. So the next area that we're going to go to is Darkroot Garden. This is an area that you're able to go to very early in the game. Like once you reach Undead Parish, you can get to that point. And there's actually a few good items for early in the game that you can get from there. But we'll head to that area now. I wanted to keep everything conclusive to, it's their own proper areas. So I'm doing this walkthrough a little bit differently than I normally would in like a casual playthrough. But again, I'm just wanting to show every area off in one episode just to show you everything that there is to get. But we're going to teleport to the Undead Parish bonfire. This is where Andre is. And when you're not really familiar with the bonfire names or the area names or anything, it can be tough when there's no pictures of where the bonfire is going to take you. But yes, this is where Andre is. Now, another thing with teleporting, it doesn't actually register that you rested at the bonfire that you teleported to. So if you die and you don't want to get teleported back to where you just warped from, you got to make sure that you sit at that bonfire. So just a heads up on that. All right. Heading through here is a Titanite demon. We're going to ignore him because screw these guys. So we're just going to walk around the edge. Whoop! And out here into Darkroot Garden. Oh, wait, but I forgot. There's one other important thing that we need to do that we can buy from Andre. We are going to have to consume some souls first, because what we need from him costs 20,000 souls. So let's do that real quickly. Oh, we have a Firekeeper soul too. Shoot, I should have used that up there. Okay, whatever. We can always go back. Alright, let's use a couple of hero souls. Perfect, 20,000 on the dot. Also, we have that Dark Ember from the Painted World that we can give to him. Alright, purchase item. So the one we're looking for is this Crest of Artorias. This is what we want to buy. Also, we can get the Weapon Smith box, which allows us to upgrade our weapons at the bonfire. You can also get the Armor Smith box. You can technically reinforce armor in this game. I'm telling you right now, it's not worth it. Don't waste your time. But we'll also get the repair box because we have yet to repair any of our armor or weapons or anything. So they're probably getting close to being in danger territory. Alright, so then now we'll head back. That Crest of Artorias is important to be able to fight one of the two bosses in Darkroot Garden. So we want to make sure we have that. Okay. So because you can access this area pretty early on in the game, we'll probably be killing these enemies pretty easily. Yeah, we're just one-shotting them. So there you are. Darkroot Garden. Okay, so the area we really want to go to is up there where this guy's coming from. Whoop. But before we go there, that's where I want to end this episode, is going through that area. We're going to come up here first. And down this winding, these little switchbacks that we've got going along this cliffside is where we want to be. This takes us into Darkroot Basin. Got a crystal lizard down here. And we're even one-shotting the crystal lizard. 2 twinkling titanites, beautiful. We can now upgrade our Dark Knight Great Sword one more time, which is great. Alright, there's an item down here. This drop. Oh, did not mean to do that. Let's go back. And speaking of Black Knights, there is one over here with the potential to drop his weapon, which is insanely good for early game. So again, you can come here very early. As soon as you get to Undead Parish, you're able to come here. So we'll come over this way. Keep going down these switchbacks. And here's the Black Knight. Ouch. So this is the halberd version. And again, if you get his... Oh my word. Brutal. This guy has no chill. If you get lucky enough for him to drop that halberd, it is extremely, extremely good. Let's see if we get lucky. No. Rip. We've had good RNG with the Black Knight so far, but not there. Alright, so not only can you get one of the best weapons in the game here, but you also get the best shield in the game. I've been kind of suffering up to this point not having this shield in my inventory because I like getting it as soon as possible. This is the Grass Crest shield. What it does is it gives you increased stamina recovery when you have it equipped. The only trade-off is that it is not 100% physical block. You can see there it says 95, but you're still blocking most of the damage when using it, and you're getting that stamina recovery buff, so it is totally worth it just to be able to have that. All right, and then in this cave is a bonfire. All right, if you keep going down this cave, it's going to take you to this elevator that if you go down it, it takes you down to the Valley of Drakes. However, the problem is right now it is already down And we can't... Oh, we can pull this lever. Okay, I remember that wrong. You're able to pull this to get the elevator to come back up. I could have sworn that wouldn't let you. Huh. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, so this is able to take you down to the Valley of the Drakes. There's really not anything I want to do there quite yet. So we're not going to go down right now. But if you do want to go to that area, the Valley of the Drakes does connect you back to Firelink Shrine eventually. So it is one way to get back there if you don't have the Lord Vessel. But yeah, so we'll leave that alone for now. Alright, back up we go. We'll explore the rest of the basin. Alright, as you come into this area, if you look up to the side over there, there's a tower. That leads you back up to near where the Taurus Demon is. So very, very early in the game. But another thing about this area to know is there's a mini-boss called Hydra sitting over here in a big pool of water. I'm wondering if you can catch a glimpse of him from over here. Doesn't look like it. But he can see you from so far away that if you're in this little wooded area, it will be shooting projectiles at you. The Hydra has like 8 heads or something like that. Big like dragon looking thing that's just chilling in the water. We'll be going over and fighting in a sec. It is not my favorite enemy to fight whatsoever. It's actually quite obnoxious to try to take down. But throughout the rest of this wooded area, are some crystal golems that aren't too bad to fight at all. So we'll come in here and take these guys out. If this guy can even get back up, he slid down. Hello. Oh, poor guy. You're just stuck down there, aren't you? And again, we're here at a very high level compared to what you're able to get here at. So these guys are going down pretty easily. Okay. Let's see if the Hydra has spotted us. Yep, it's already shooting projectiles at us. So just be forewarned. That's something that's going to happen. Oh! Luckily, it can hit the crystal golems too, so you can kind of bait those attacks into them. Alright, before we continue on that way, we're actually going to come up here to this tower. Now, if you've been watching this entire playthrough, back when I did the Undead Burg walkthrough, before Taurus Demon, there's a door that you're able to unlock with the Master Key that leads down a bunch of steps. And I mentioned that Havel is at the bottom of them, and he has a very useful ring that raises your maximum equip load. But the only thing is, that early in the game, Havel is incredibly tough because one hit will kill you, no matter what. But now we are at a much higher level. We should be able to handle him just fine. So, we've got the Master Key. If you don't have the Master Key, there is an actual key that you're able to find in this area that will allow you to open this. Wow. Okay, usually he does not come out like this. He is hiding around that corner, so just be careful to not get ambushed. I've never actually seen him come outside like that. That was interesting. Alright, so you can go the parry route with Havel if you want to, but he's usually a little bit easier to just kind of strafe around and backstab. You can see with the level that we're at, 3 backstabs is going to be enough to take him out. But yeah, those overhead swings, if we had done this earlier in the game, that's one shot easy if we didn't avoid them. And there we go, Havel's ring. Heck yeah. I'm going to switch out the Ring of the Evil Eye for this. So this way we can wear some more armor. Beautiful. We're still fast rolling. I'll mess around with the armor a little bit later, but more defense is always good, or being able to, for example, if we want to switch over to the Black Knight Great Sword right now, that Havel's Ring would help a ton with allowing us to do that without, mid-rolling or fat rolling. Alright, back over towards the Hydra we go. Ouch. I don't know how that got through the tree. What? Yeah, I really hate this Hydra, if you can't tell. Alright. So, when fighting this thing, be careful. This pool of water can be a little hard to see where, like, the drop-off point is, but there is an actual drop-off point a little bit closer here. So the way that you fight the Hydra is you have to get close enough to it for it to come down and attack you, not with these range attacks. So right here you can see the ledge in the water just barely. Now it's going to charge at us. So you get it to charge, and then you just attack its heads as it's down. Perfect. 2 hits will take care of a head, it looks like. It's going to do projectile. Ouch. If you get hit, you're kind of screwed and trying to get any hits in on them. Come on, man. Like I said, I just don't enjoy fighting this thing at all. Hopefully it'll let us block attacks. Yes, it will. Perfect. Nice. Yeah, let's just do that then. That'll be much easier than trying to roll. Oh, some of its heads move back faster a lot faster than like some of the others. Oh, almost got a second hit. Yes, as you're doing this, just be careful that you're not walking off that ledge right there. Also, if you happen to have the wooden grain ring, one of those two, traversing through rough terrain does not slow you down, so it can make this a little bit more manageable as well. Okay, now we're at the point where we're not really in danger of these hits hitting us. These heads hitting us. So now we just got to try to get ourselves in a position where we can actually attack the heads, because they'll always go in the same spot. Okay, 2 more to go. Oh, perfect. We were doing enough damage to it that we were able to kill it before taking all its heads out. And there we go, the dragon scale and dust crown ring. The Hydra does not respawn, thankfully, so once you kill it, it is gone for good. And if you come over here, you'll see that there is a whole lot of nothing. It's like, okay, what's with this random area? That's because that's an area that we'll come back to later when we're ready to enter the DLC. But that is a ways away for now, so we're going to continue through this area. Now, you do have the option, if you didn't want to go the other way that we're going to be going here in a second, back up those switchbacks, you can go up this ladder to the next portion of Darkroot Garden. Just be forewarned, there are some giant cats up there that can be somewhat annoying to fight. But that is another way that you're able to get to that second portion of Darkroot Garden. But we're going to go back to where we started, near the Undead Parish. Get the knight set here. If you didn't choose the knight as your starting class, that's your opportunity to get that armor set. Yeah, so now we'll just head back up. Alright, we've made it back. I messed with some armor changes off camera since we got Havel's ring, so I'm wearing some heavier and more physically defensive armor than I was before, and still fast rolling. So again, Havel's ring can be very, very good. Alright, watch out for this guy ambushing you from sprouting out of the ground. Now, if you saw that item right there, we will be able to get that here in just a minute, but we can't get it right now. Alright. Then up here you'll see this door with that bright white light. You need the Crest of Artorias in order to open this door. Otherwise it will just say that it's locked. But before we go there, we've got a couple of things to do. So real quick, there is an illusory wall right here with a bonfire. Go ahead and rest up here. And then there's a whole side area just down this way. Alright, so there's a fog wall right there. We're not going to go in there quite yet because there is this area with an item. If you are keen-eyed, you will see that there are a few of those bush guys just hiding out in the ground. You can hit them before they sprout up to take care of them so that they don't ambush you. Nice and easy. And there's the item. Now we can go through that fog wall. Alright, in this portion, there are a couple new enemies, one of which are the Stone Guardians. Big, heavy, slow enemies. You'll see one is laying on the ground here. Oh, we can't attack them as they're getting up either. So for the most part, their moves are just melees. However, they do have this spell that they can cast that is just awful, and it just slows you down. That's the whole purpose of it, is it makes you walk basically like even like half that speed. That's as slow as I can walk. It's way slower than even that. So pretty miserable. We got some more guys trying to ambush us here. Oh, what the? How did you? Why are you not dying? A couple more Stone Guardians. Oh, there's it. There's that spell. Okay. That thing freaking sucks. So we're just gonna make sure that it doesn't get us with that. Oh, we got the Elite Knight set. Forgot that that was there. We'll see if we're still fast rolling this. Heck yeah, we are. Let's go. So this is Oscar's set from the very beginning of the game. The one who drops you the key right at the very beginning. Solid looking set for sure. Alright, then I must have missed it. There's a hidden area over here. Right here, okay. With an item at the end, but be careful. Those are not vines on that tree. What was that? Oh, this guy. Those are not vines on that tree. Those are snakes that we want to kill. So just be careful. I don't think this is a... Yeah. There's only a few of those snakes throughout the whole area. They're pretty unique. You never see them in the rest of the game except for here. Alright, and then another thing, if we come over here, you'll see this giant tree with a pathway behind it. You can actually kill this tree, which, you know, feels bad, man, but they're blocking our way. We gotta get down there. Alright, another enemy unique to just down here, these weird frog things. I really gotta learn my enemy names from this game. Got another tree. Stone Guardian. A couple, well, not a couple. A few of these frog things are going to jump out out of nowhere. Grab this item. Ouch. Uh-oh. Jeez. He was not messing around. Okay. And then, where is it? Okay, over here. You can come up this pathway. This leads us to that item on the ledge that I pointed out before. No slowing spell for you. And we get the Wolf Ring. Oop, that was bad. Oh, I almost forgot about this item. Hello. Okay, perfect. Now we can go back down to that area. Clear out the rest of it. You can rest back at the bonfire if you want to. I thought he was waking up for a second. I was like, excuse you, I know you're dead. That was so creepy. Alright, a couple more stone guardians over here to take care of. There's also another snake over here. Yep, right there. Hello. Perfect. Okay. Then as we're coming up here will be a fog wall and a boss. One of two bosses in Darkroot Garden. This is the Moonlight Butterfly. You can actually see it right up there hanging onto that tower. This boss is very easy. However, it is annoying to fight for one simple reason. If you are a melee build, have fun just moving along this bridge and avoiding its attacks for 10 minutes. Until it comes down and gives you an opportunity to attack it. However, if you're using like a magic build or something that gives you some range, then you can just sit here and attack it. But yeah, melee build, well, you're kind of out of luck. You just have to sit here for a while and just try to avoid its attacks. It does have one like laser attack that it does all across the bridge that it hasn't done yet. It can be a little annoying to try to avoid. These other ones are fairly straightforward. Alright, it's finally coming down. This is our opportunity to get it. Let's see, just need 2 more attacks and it's down. Awesome. If you come here much earlier in the game, then it can take a lot longer to get her down. But yeah, at this point, pretty easy. Alright. So now, up at the top of this tower is a very, very good item to have at this point. If you remember getting the Dark Ember from the Painted World of Ariamis, remember that frozen blacksmith. Well, here's another one up here who has the Watchtower basement key. So that's the key that you can get into Havel's Watchtower if you didn't have the master key. But even more important is the Divine Ember, which allows you to infuse your weapons with divine infusions, which is going to come in handy once we get to the Catacombs and Tomb of Giants, and I will show you why. Alright, but we're going to take advantage of getting that homeward bone and teleport back to the bonfire since it's just a long run back. This makes it a little bit easier. And then, real quick, we're also going to... Let's go ahead and kindle this bonfire. Since the other boss that we'll be fighting is significantly harder than the Moonlight Butterfly. Not to say that it's, you know, really hard or anything, but definitely not a joke like the Moonlight Butterfly is. What is my leg doing? What in the... That looked very uncomfortable. Okay. Oh, you know what? We're able to level up. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. And just for fashion, I'm going to go ahead and put on the Elite Knight helm instead. Just brings the whole set a little bit more together. Alright, Crest of Artorias time. We're going to open this door. Okay, now in this forest are a bunch of NPCs, and I mean a bunch. If you're looking for a good way to farm souls in this game, if you feel like you're always short and you're trying to buy stuff or level up a bunch, this is an excellent place to do it, and I'll show you one of the best strategies to do and why it's a good soul farming spot. So we're going to run through a bunch of this area. Just aggro all the NPCs that are out here. Watch out for this guy, he's invisible. We're going to aggro everybody that we can. And just have them follow us. Over here to the stairway. Come up right here. And then we're going to drop down right on this spot. Now, what their AI will do is they'll come and try to follow you down here and just fall right off the edge. It's good to have your shield out just in case they do land there. So then when they attack you, they'll just bonk off your shield and then fall off. Oh, one more. See, kind of like that. Boom. Gone. And there you go. Now, the spellcasting guy, he decided to go back. So we'll have to kill him manually. But, yeah, that's a much easier way of doing things as opposed to trying to fight everybody one-on-one. And like I said, really, really good soul farming spot. I've spent many an hours just doing this over and over and over again, getting a bunch of souls to, do a variety of things with. Okay. To continue on, we want to go up there towards that building, but before we do that, we're going to go more over to this side. If you remember, at the bottom of the Darkroot Basin was that giant ladder that I told you about. Well, this is over here is where that ladder takes you. Oh, one more NPC. Ouch. Do that again. Oh, he did it again and I wasn't ready. Man. Okay, now we'll continue on over here. Bush guy to kill. These enemies over here are more leveled up than what you would have at the beginning of Darkroot Garden, because you need the Crest of Artorias and the game doesn't really intend you to come out here that early on. So that's basically the majority of the enemies over in this part specifically. Are these bush guys. Four of them right here. How did that not hit both of them? What? Okay, apparently that has a second hitbox with it. Right, perfect. And now we can grab this, which is the Eastern set. Very cool looking armor set. Okay, now as we make our way over here, this is where things get a little bit more dangerous. As I mentioned before, there are giant cats that you have to deal with at the top of that ladder. And we're about to find them. Oh my gosh, these guys just keep coming. There's so many of them. I hardly ever come this way on a casual playthrough, because there's not really much to get in the first place. Okay, just want to make sure that's it. Okay, yeah. Alright, now back over here to this pathway down. Alright, so if you go down this ladder, that takes you down over to that bridge, into that ladder, and that's that giant pool where the Hydra was. If you cross over into this part, I might honestly die to these giant cats because I never fight them. You'll see one of them right there. Getting ready to peruse. We'll see if we can keep just one aggroed for now. Oh, what? The shield did nothing for that. Is my shield not doing anything? Hello? What in the... Use this tree to our advantage. So you can see those guys are very tanky. They take a lot of hits. I didn't realize that that baby mushroom could fall down here. But yeah, now that we've killed one, the other two are going to start coming down, and they have that rolling attack that makes it hard to just kind of like try to run away from them. Ouch. You can just do that from quite a distance. Make your life miserable. Just want to grab this item. Okay, then I'm going to take the time to fight them because they're just so annoying. Then as you come over here, you're now in the latter part of Darkroot Garden. And over across that bridge is the boss of the area. But first, there's a bunch of stuff to do over here, including these baby mushrooms, which are very easy to kill. However, the same cannot be said for their parents. The adult mushrooms are one of the hardest hitting enemies you will fight in this game. They will absolutely just wreck you. So be very careful if you choose to engage them. You don't have to by any means. But there is an item over here. These kids are going to try to run away from you, and that's because they're leading you to their parents. And they're just sitting here. So we're going to try to bait them out of that pool of water so we can get to that chest. Grab the item. Hello. Hello? He's not aggroing for some reason. Interesting. I'm tempted to show you just how hard these guys can hit you, but I don't really want to take damage. Alright, grab that enchanted ember really quickly, and then get the heck out. Okay. Now we can come back up here. Oh, no, other side is where we want to go. Got a chest here to open. With the stone armor set. Very cool looking, but insanely heavy. Alright, and then this building over here across the bridge, this is that area where we fought all those NPCs earlier. So once you've cleared them out, then it's easy to come in here. And you can join the Covenant with this cat right here, Alvina. We'll say yes. If you are a part of this Covenant, the NPCs in that forest will no longer attack you. So if you're just trying to find an easy way to get through the forest and not have to deal with dealing with those NPCs every time, then make sure you join this Covenant. After you do that, you have a new NPC to talk to, which is Shiva. And we can actually talk to him again in Blighttown, and where he will now be a vendor. Alright, so that is it for Darkroot Garden, except for the boss, so we'll go ahead and do that now, but real fast. I want to rest at the bonfire real quick, since we've used a lot of Estus. So resting there will make all these NPC enemies respawn, but because we're part of the Covenant now, they're no longer hostile towards us. Obviously, if you attack them, then they'll become hostile to you, and you have to go talk to Alvina again to, like, be forgiven. Although, I actually don't remember. I don't think she'll actually forgive you. I think you need to request absolution from Velka in order to have them not angry at you. So, if you're part of the Covenant, just don't attack them. Okay, but now we'll make our way back across. So you are able to enter this entire area without the Crest of Artorias. However, in order to access the boss, there's no way around it. You'd for sure need it anyway. So always make sure that I take the time to buy it regardless. And this boss here is required because it drops an item that we need to get one of the Lord Souls. This is definitely one of the more famous bosses from Dark Souls. This is Great Grey Wolf Sif, who was Artorias' wolf companion. The fight starts when you walk up to that giant sword there. That's Artorias' sword in his grave. So we're not going to do that quite yet because there is an item we can grab behind, which is the Hornet Ring. Alright, now we'll go ahead and walk up to the sword. Cutscene's going to start. Quick note about this cutscene, usually I skip through them. However, if you wait to do Sif until after you've beaten all of the DLC, this cutscene will be different because you actually meet Sif when she is young and like a puppy, basically. And in this cutscene, she'll recognize you if you have done that first, which makes things even more sad. Sif is pretty straightforward. Basically, the trick is to just stay underneath her belly the whole time. Be out of the way of her sword attacks. And while you're doing that, it's pretty easy to take care of. Ouch. Killing Sif always just makes me sad because she's just protecting her master's grave, you know, like she's just loyal, and it's so sad to kill her. She didn't do anything wrong. But unfortunately, she has a very important item that we need in order to beat the game, so we gotta do what we gotta do. Slam. Once you get her down to very low health, she's gonna start limping, which is a freaking punch to the gut. I don't know why Miyazaki's so twisted sometimes. Yeah, so you see, oh, she's limping, and she's much slower in her attacks now. Like that's just like a very weak attempt at trying to hit you. I hate it when I get her to this point, because now I just feel horrible for attacking her. Again, Miyazaki, you are a sick man. Why would you do this to us? We're going to put her out of her misery. We love you, Sif. Sorry I have to kill you. But that Covenant of Artorias, that is the important item I was talking about. Wearing that ring allows you to traverse the abyss, where one of the bosses who has a Lord Soul is located. So again, we need that item to beat the game. Otherwise, I'd probably skip over Sif because it's just so sad. Alright, but that is it. That is the Darkroot Garden in its entirety. So 2 bosses to take care of. One you can easily kill much earlier in the game if you want to. Sif, definitely going to be a little bit harder early game, but even at this level, you can see one of those sword swipe attacks did like half of my health bar. So early in the game, she can definitely be really tough. But yeah, so if you found yourself watching this video, I hope you enjoyed, and liking and subscribing if you can always goes a very long way, so please do if you can. But we will see you next episode.